Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Get unrestricted access to worldwide content at expressvpn.com/funhaus.
You know, we should make this a classy woo-woo.
I agree.
Very classy, you know?
I agree.
Almost, we take our tea, and we read people's comments, and we examine fan arts and what have you, and everything in between. So we welcome you to come and relax with us.
Lords and ladies.
Lords and ladies, do what you do during this woo-woo.
Thank you for joining us.
It's time for woo-woo. How ready are you? We got a lot to do. We just said do.
You have most experience because you've been to Ren fairs.
Well, guess what? 2022 FH Ren Fair trip.
Done. Let's go.
Something's gonna happen in the world that's gonna prevent it.
Shut
We're not able
up!
to do. I'm just saying,
Like
we
what?
still haven't gone bowling.
What could possibly happen
Yeah,
that
fuck
would shut the
bowlers.
world
We
down?
were supposed to go bowling in 2020. We never went bowling, so. Speaking about hanging out, remember when we all got together and drank Jello shots?
I made Jello shots.
I don't have any memory of that.
Look at my little pals down here.
Play Freebird.
We got Elise.
Hey!
We got Jacob.
Careful, I'm fragile.
From Homeless Baby.
Oh,
Love me some drunk gameplay, but even more, I love me some sloppy Lindsay.
is that a sandwich?
You guys are the best. Kidneys are overrated AF. Okay.
I don't feel like I was that sloppy.
I think sometimes the audience's perception
Yeah.
is a little bit like, just because you had a couple and you're feeling good, they're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, Lindsay was so sloppy.
Yeah, I did take a nap when they did the other recording after the stream. I napped right there on the couch, so maybe you'll see that video one day, but otherwise, I was totally fine.
Tristan says, one of the funniest Lindsay moments ever.
I gotta
at
know what it was.
24-26.
What did I do? Can't wait to see me be hilarious.
It's coming up.
I gotta put my Jello shot goggles
Give
on.
me one. I'll take one for the Ryan.
Thank you,
Purple, 'cause
God.
he's like-
Wow.
I like the bite of the berry.
Oh, that is a good Lindsay moment. Isn't it?
Yeah.
The Jason755. I'm not sure what's better, Lindsay being birthday drunk and forcing everyone to get on her level, or James's reaction to his Jello shots.
Do you hand me the controller behind the TV?
They're par. They're on a level.
Yeah, they say they're about equal. One begets the other, right? Like my reaction is always supposed to balance out how much fun everyone's having.
Some woman very happy today.
Oh my God. There you go. Get it
All
over
right,
your fingers.
I tongued it out.
That's the
I tongued
controller.
it out.
No, you need to go wash your hands, right?
Official count,
Goddamn it,
Ryan
right.
has
Yeah,
one.
he's got to go
Give me
wash his
wipes.
hands.
From Dennis Duran. I love how Lindsay tells Ryan to wash his hands after touching the cup where he licked, and then proceeds to force Mondo to grab a bitten cheese stick. I mean, you didn't force him either.
No, I didn't.
You just put a cheese stick there, he saw it, and he bit it.
Yeah.
He's like an animal.
Is it a cheese stick?
Well, he ate the hairy cheese
That's
stick.
bold for you to
Yes.
immediately put it in your mouth like that. People think Lindsay's the puppet master. She's not. She just created the world, and we are just existing in it.
Sorry, can you do that again? That was not a good take.
So the thing is, she doesn't manipulate everything behind the scenes. She just created the world. She creates the world, and we just exist within it. Moving on, we got another, this was Orion through and through. He was like, I have the greatest idea for a video. I found the most amazing game ever. And then we all sat down, it's Cat Saves Halloween, and it's like, what is this? And he's like, I don't know.
I am curious how this cat is gonna save Halloween.
I am too. Ooh. Okay, so I'm trying to get into the toilet.
What is the premise? What is the premise of this game? You see, you have a candy meter.
I'm trying to lick the toilet water because I'm thirsty, but
Okay. This was a Ryan game, and so let's see what people thought. Red Sands 1001 said, Lindsay's costume made me think of the TP shortages
It
from
was a
last year.
waste.
But anyway, good ending, lol. We got into it, and Ryan was like, oh, everyone should be in spooky Halloween costumes. We were like, oh, okay. He's like, don't worry, I got you stuff. He hands me fake teeth for vampire that it wouldn't even fit in a toddler's mouth.
Right, and we're definitely used.
Yeah, and then he basically looks at Lindsay and he says, here's toilet paper.
I got a mummy here. God, Lindsay's a mummy. As Elise said before, this is Tom Cruise's vision for the Dooku.
This could have been what we could have had.
I said I could have brought an old sheet and just cut it up and had a really quality costume. And he said, no, fuck early 2020. and the struggle we all went through.
Dan R says Ghosty gets a taste. That's because Omar was, we thought Omar was sitting in the background the whole time.
Turned out to be a ghost.
Turned out to be a ghost, but I will say that we did have to cut it out of the full-length video. There was a point where the ghost uttered Ghosty gets a taste from the background, so it was Omar's ghost.
And I have Omar as a ghost. This episode is sponsored by Honey. Folks, we gotta talk about your online spending habits. Because if you don't have Honey, the free online shopping tool, you're doing it wrong. Honey scours the internet like an algorithm pirate, searching for buried promo codes. And then when you're at checkout, Honey just applies the best ones to your cart automatically. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online. From tech and gaming sites to popular fashion brands and even food delivery, they do it all! Now personally, I use Honey all the time. For big stuff, but also for the small stuff, like this little fitting that I repeatedly buy because I lose it so much. If I save 70 to 80 cents every time I buy this $3 thing, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. Honey has found its over 17 million members, over $2 billion in savings. Probably half of them are from this little dongle I keep buying. So save money with Honey. Now remember, if you don't already have Honey, you're probably already missing out on free savings. Honey is free and installs in only a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and also supporting this show. I would never recommend something that I don't use. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/openhouse. That's joinhoney.com/openhouse.
Deep in the forests of rural Oregon, along Lake Kikimama, sits a camp, surrounded on all sides by a seemingly endless supply of nature, with only one road allowing passage in and out. It's the perfect place to get away from it all.
So big thing, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. We did a 3-part tabletop RPG called Killer at Camp Kikimama. We basically played camp counselors and employees at this camp where a killer shows up and starts murdering people, and it was a lot of fun. It has mysteries.
It's the best.
It was a lot of fun. People seemed to like the characters. Patrick, you were there. You played a little guy named Fenway.
I did.
Smelling suspiciously like the kind of grass those punks are smoking out there is...
My name is Fenway. I live out of my van. I work here a couple months a year, try and make what I can.
If you call that work. Patrick, sorry. We're supposed to be doing characters. So Shocking Stuff says the fact that homeless stoner Fenway is the most together character is hilarious.
I mean, that was my trick, is that I didn't have a character. I just did myself, basically.
Yeah,
But you're not homeless or a stoner.
I'm not homeless or a stoner, but I didn't want to do a voice the whole time because that sounded like it would irritate my throat. When we ended, I was kind of like, I could have easily done a voice though. What the fuck was I thinking?
Another commentary, Raphael picked up on it. Patrick didn't even change clothes.
Which is not that weird. I mean, it was like a
what's the problem
Levi's
with that?
jacket, but it just happened to also work for a 70s homeless stoner.
The Rumpelstiltskin says that cut to Patrick looking stoned out of his mind, Lamau. Can you give us your best stoned face right now? See, that's just amazing. It's astounding. It's called an internal high.
And if you tweak it a little bit, it's a good death face.
3005 says, good shit. James and his flexing was very enjoyable. I was not flexing. Even in the thumbnail, that's just me moving my arm. That's not flexing. If it looks like it's really hard, taut muscles, that's just how I look naturally. All right, we got another video here. Bruce Green and James can't seem to stop killing in Red Dead Heist. Ass pills had some thoughts. I love Charlotte's normal-sized horse.
What's that mean?
So in
I don't
Red
watch
Dead,
this channel.
in Red Dead, they give you a horse when you do online. Generally, I think you upgrade it, but there's also this one that's like a nag that's really small, and I think
scrawny.
she just stayed with the first horse. But I thought my horse was small too, but for whatever reason, maybe it's the size of her character. Just when you look at them side by side, the horse is very, very small.
Charlotte, how's it feel to have a slightly less small horse?
Your horses are too big, and everyone's saying so. All the comments, editor, show all the comments.
Yeah, nope, there ain't
These
none of
horses
those.
are too big.
These are fake.
You definitely have a tiny little horse. I've
have
noticed.
a tiny little
It's
horse.
very, very small.
Living in the old West is nothing but adversity, and sometimes that means keeping your hat on your head.
Yep. Jacob Fullerton, hat flipping extraordinaire.
A few things Jacob's good at, hat flipping is
Should we
one of
get
them.
him to come flip a hat?
Oh, there he is, the hat flipper extraordinaire. Yeah, can you flip a hat for us?
Flip a hat.
Watch this, folks.
Whoa.
That's a flip.
It's still going.
I thought it was going to
No. There it is. Hey, wow, first try.
That's amazing.
That was
Thank you,
really
Jacob.
cool. Nice job, Jacob.
Anytime.
Everything's so spooky because it was Halloween times. You're recording all kinds of spooky content.
Yeah.
Vampire the Masquerade, just a fantastic series.
Really good.
And of course, this episode, Beware the Memphis Sucker with Ryan. Sage Sachs says, the visual of Patrick riding a horse will be stuck in my brain forever.
What is riding?
So we were talking about how one of a vampire's powers is being able to have sex with animals but not be tried for it in a court of law.
Okay.
So I was saying I ride a horse by inserting myself into the horse.
Okay.
The horse's ass.
Okay.
But since I'm a vampire, I can kind of float. So I'm just floating on the back of the horse whilst inside it, and the horse is running.
the visual will be stuck forever.
So someone pointed out that when they wanted to buy a 3XL Funhaus Americana pennant long sleeve T-shirt, it was going to charge them $3,400.19. And they were like, this must be a mistake. It's not.
Do you know how much more fabric we have to use for double XL?
Well, you know how some people use child labor?
Yeah.
We use the opposite. We get billionaires to make our clothes.
That's why it costs so much.
Also, don't put it in a machine wash, they'll fall apart. Moving on, this amazing art
love
from
it.
Infinite Corpse. It's James and Elise in the Cosmic Corporate Odyssey. Oh, okay, there's like McDonald's and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's because
She wants to go, and you're like, no, don't go.
Got it. She's living a corporate fantasy.
There's not enough
So, yeah,
protein.
I'm getting dragged around. Yeah, it's amazing, wonderful, wonderful. And then of course, Bandito Supreme makes the taste.
That's so good.
Look at the Omar taste.
Daddy getting his taste.
It's a great one. That's what he wants. He always the thing is, he always like licks his.
Yeah.
Like, why does he like licks his like
know.
fingertips? Like, what's that supposed
Yeah,
to
you kind of
do?
like
Someone's gonna
Man
turn a
is a
page?
flashes
mystery.
his tongue at you.
Yeah.
Sort of like a snake, like a serpent. One of my favorite bits, I think, since I've been a part of this.
It's not a bit. This amazing, amazing fan art from Reddit user Awios is incredible. It's Studio Ghibli in the style of Studio Ghibli. But I love this
Yeah.
art. The
It's
style.
awesome.
Yeah. And at least
I want one.
isn't
I
here,
didn't do
but she
anything
loved
to
it.
deserve it. I just want one.
We should all give good profile looks just in case. Just in case.
Okay.
Anyone out there ever wants to GBDify us.
Or
Look like you're filled with wonderment and
Can you eliminate my double chin though? I love how jiggly it is.
Yeah. Studio Jiggly.
Thanks for watching, everybody, for this very classical. Remember we established at the
Yes,
beginning
there's
of
classical
this.
music throughout.
Classical music. Thank you for watching, everybody. And here's to you.
God bless you.
Team, we need to talk. Tomorrow is our last stand.
Ain't nowhere to run with the sky fall, with the sky fall.
After this, I'm done fighting.
With the sky fall, with the sky fall.
I won't give in to hopelessness, nor fear.
The Union will assault Los Angeles in 48 hours. And we have the 5 of you.
This will be the end of the line.